Membership? No. Results. Test results. Here we go. I recorded this video a couple months ago, maybe 3 or 4 months ago. And my wonderful camera decided not to record or save it. And so I get to redo this. And so I've gotten a lot of people asking me for a results video, and it is the week before school starts, and I homeschool our 3 kids, and so I'm trying to get all of my ish done before next week. And one of the things was I really wanted to get this video recorded. The kids are gone, it's quiet, let's do this. So I created a super quick, I think, honestly, I don't even remember, video about me taking the EverlyWell women's hormone test. And if you don't know my story, super quick, 14 years ago, actually almost 15 years, I decided to get on birth control because I was getting married, and that's just what you do. And that choice spun my hormones and body into a spiral. And with that came extreme weight gain. I was gaining like 10 pounds a month and nothing else had changed. I got super depressed, super anxious, I was a PMSing, overweight, depressed, hormonal dragon. And this was months before getting married. And thankfully, my husband and I have made it. With that, I have been on this long journey of figuring out what was going on with me, because at first I had no clue what was going on. And then once I figured out what was going on, trying to figure out the root cause so that I could move forward. One being, okay, I need to stop gaining this weight. It got to the point where it was scary because I was eating well, I was working out, and yet my body kept gaining and gaining and gaining, and I felt completely out of control. And it got to the point of, how much is my body gonna gain before it stops? On top of the fact that I was not functioning because I was extremely depressed. I was extremely anxious, social anxiety, everything. Things that I had never really dealt with before came on super fast. And so it led me to become my biggest advocate. It led me to a place of having to do research and figure it out. And so I have tried everything. I have done blood work with doctors. I have done homeopathic, naturopathic, and every pathic you want to talk about, I've tried it. So this was my first time doing an EverlyWell at-home women's hormone test. I've also done the food sensitivity test, which was so amazing and helpful for my health journey. And I think I have a video about that. I will plug it in. So I was excited to try the EverlyWell because one, it was super cheap compared to in the past. I've spent so much money over the past 14 years going to doctors and getting blood work drawn and then having to go into the doctor and them explain to me what's going on and all this good stuff. And so I said, okay, what the heck? It had been about 6 years since I'd gotten my hormones tested. I've been really working well with my hormones, learning a lot about cycle syncing and just everything, and found some really foundational supplements to help. And I wanted to know what it was doing. Is this really helping, or is it all in my head? So the EverlyWell test, if you want to watch kind of the process that you do taking it, you can watch that here. But I wanted to give you the results because that was super exciting. Don't mind the bass, because it's all about that bass, All right, you ready? Okay. feel like I need to get closer for this. Okay, so one of the things that I really love about the EverlyWell is they like text you when your test results come. They keep you up to date, and then when the test results are in, they text you them and you can pull them up on your phone. You can also print them off so that you can then take them into your doctor to kind of talk through it with them. And so I really I was so excited. I was so excited when it my text popped up and it said, you have your test results back. So let us talk. So one thing that I love also is they show you, I don't know if will it focus? They show you what's out of range, what's in range, and then kind of explain some of that. So in the past, and I used to get my blood work done with my hormones every couple years, and I got them a number of times. So I have a pretty good foundation of what was going on with my hormones. A lot with my cortisol, which is the stress hormone. So my body was in this fight or flight all the time, which is then the weight gain kind of played in, or not kind of, that played into it. I had really low progesterone. I had really low testosterone. I had estrogen dominance and insulin resistance. Years ago, probably 12 years ago, a doctor said if I didn't get my hormones fixed, I was going to be a diabetic in a year. And here I am 14 years later, and I am insulin resistant free, and I'm not a diabetic. And I didn't, anyways, I did try metformin for a couple months because she really wanted me to. And I was like, okay, I've tried everything. I've tried everything. So super low progesterone, testosterone, high estrogen, not in the right balance. Blah. I was not in a good place. And my body has been over the years in a state of menopause. Okay, wait, how do I say this? I had every symptom of menopause at the age of 20, except I wasn't in menopause. That was fun. And in your first year of marriage. Happy marriage. Okay, so with this testing, the very first thing that comes up, the very first thing that oh my gosh, the very first thing that came with your test results, when you pull them up, the very first thing that comes up is what is out of range. So I was really nervous about this. Oh my gosh, because every other time throughout the years that I get my test results, it's not good. It's not good, guys. One time I walked into the doctor's office and my doctor said, Allie, I don't know how you walked in here, because looking at your test results, you should be a zombie in bed. You shouldn't be able to be existing. Okay, so there's that. So what's out of range? My progesterone was too high, which really, here's the thing. It's 2 points out of the normal range. So it's not even that big of a deal. And I was even wondering about that, because whenever my progesterone gets too high, which the only other time it happened was when I was taking a bioidentical, progesterone and DHEA bioidentical, because I'm an old woman, I started breaking out right here so bad, and I'm not one to break out. And so this is kind of my, when I start breaking out here, this is my cue of my progesterone might be a little high. So it actually started to break out here because I had really upped one of my supplements, which in the past I've needed to up, but now I don't need to up. And so my body was communicating that to me. That was super exciting. So I was like, yes, so reading these things confirmed what I was already sensing in myself. Hence, me being my best advocate, me understanding my body and listening to it and learning it, because I'm the only me there is, as my mama's print in our bathroom used to say growing up. So then it explains what's progesterone, all that good stuff. So then The other thing that it says, like, it says high, but it's literally, again, only 2 points out of the normal range. It says my testosterone. So the two things that have been low in the past for years are too high, but not really, you know, like, I mean, here. So it's like super, we're good. The next thing is my cortisol. Okay, so then it says what's in range. Ah, guys, I just get so excited. Okay, my neighbors are gonna think I'm crazy. It says my cortisol is in range, y'all. Okay. I haven't really thought about this in a while. Oh, it's so hot now. I'm so happy. This is a miracle right here. Quick, stop it. Okay. I have been working on my cortisol levels, my stress levels, everything for years. And this, like, it's just, it's amazing. There was one of my test results years ago. I went and got my cortisol. So typically with cortisol, you want to do like a morning collection, at least an afternoon, and if you can't, like, so like an 8 a.m. and then like a 4 p.m. This, what I really loved is they did a saliva, and you did, I believe with EverlyWell, we did it 4 times. So right when I first woke up, 2 times during the day, and then right before bed. So you're getting like a really accurate representation of what your cortisol is doing, because the goal is you want it the highest in the morning. So that's like, it gets you up, you're ready to go. And then it should taper down throughout the day. And then at night, your melatonin should then take over so that you get sleepy. So for so long, mine was the complete opposite, where my cortisol was super low in the morning and then it raised throughout the day. And then at night, that's where I would get like that wired and tired feeling. You're like tired all day, but then you lay in bed and you're just like, blink, blink, I can't go to sleep. That could be cortisol issues, adrenals, all that kind of stuff, okay? So this is saying that in the morning collection, that my cortisol is like right on. Okay, so then my second collection is again in the normal range. My third collection is in the normal range. My fourth collection is in the normal range. So saliva collection is what I'm talking about for cortisol. My DHEAs, so something that I was super low in, which is why years ago, like 6 years ago, my doctor had me take the progesterone and DHEA bioidentical because I had really low DHEA. That is in normal range. My estrogen is in normal range, which is so exciting because so with estrogen dominance, that opens your body up. Again, let me just, I hate that I even have to say this. I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to like diagnose anyone, or this is just me, a mama and wife and woman on a journey, sharing my journey, my results, okay? So when you have estrogen dominance, that means you have, so you want to keep your progesterone and estrogen kind of in this like really happy rhythm sync. When they get out of sync, either way, you're either going to have a dominance of one. And so a lot of women have estrogen dominance because of the environment we live in, because of the endocrine disruptors, from drinking out of plastic bottles to toxic makeup and cleaning products and all that kind of stuff, like that will disrupt. And so when you have estrogen dominance, it opens your body, or just having your hormones out of balance, let's just say that, it opens your body up to cancers, all that kind of stuff. And my mom is a breast cancer survivor, and so I'm very aware of that as well. And so this was so exciting to see that my estrogen was in a good range. My free T3, my free T4, so like all the thyroid good stuff, the FSH, all normal, LH, normal. And then it tests your progesterone and estrogen ratio, which is also, so remember how we kind of talked about that happy rhythm? That's also in a good normal range, which is funny because I thought it wasn't. Praise the Lord, it was. My TPO antibodies, like these are, so also here's the thing. What I love about EverlyWell is they test everything I would have asked my doctor to test. And for years, I'd have to fight for some of these tests, like antibodies and all that kind of stuff. And so, because, you know, you can get your thyroid test and they'll say, no, everything's fine. And you say, no, something's not fine. Well, they're deeper tests that they can take as well. And one of them is your antibodies test. That is normal. THS, normal. So all of these things that they test, super fantastic. Wait, I seriously thought my range was not in a good place. So that really makes me happy, guys. So those are my results. And if you stuck it out this long, that probably means you either just really love this kind of stuff or you are struggling with hormone imbalance. And I just want to give testimony. I think for me, that's what this video mainly is about, is giving testimony to the Lord healing in the as I go. Like I've always, don't mind my curtain. It's the Holy Spirit. Okay, how about that? No, that makes it too bright. I want to give hope to women that your hormones just like don't just accept that they are what they are if you're miserable. If you know that you are not feeling well, like there's something off about me, I highly suggest, whether it's your weight that you're like something's off, or you have irregular periods or no periods, or honestly, like here's the thing too, is honestly, I feel like every woman, and if you're my friend, you've probably heard me say this, I believe every woman should get their hormones tested to have a good baseline. Because here's the thing, ladies, menopause is gonna happen. I've already gone through a test run, and part of me, I'm like, dang it. Oh, so I'm 35. Like, I just got to a place where I feel like I am rocking my hormones, and then menopause is going to happen. But I've also walked through that, and I wish that I would have had a good foundation test before my hormones are crazy. So if you're watching this and you're like, yeah, like I don't really relate, my hormones are fine. Okay, great. Go get the test. Get a good baseline, because menopause will hit at some point, ladies. And you want to be like, it would be so helpful to say like, this is my normal and now it's here. So what do we do about that? You know? So I am putting in the description a discount code for the EverlyWell test on, I don't remember how much off it is. I forget. So I will put a discount code in the description for the EverlyWell test, the hormone test, and the food sensitivity test, because those have been game changers for me. And if you grab it with my link, comment below, message me. I'd love to know, like, did you get it? What were your test results? Like those things. I want to cheer women on to like take ownership of their hormones. And guys, this is so easy. It comes to your door. You literally take it at home and then you send it off. I will say with the hormone test, there is like the first day you test has to be day 1 to 3 of your period. So there is a little bit of like, you get your food sensitivity test and you can prick it whenever and get it done with. This is a little bit like it matters when you take it. So just kind of keep that in mind with timing, but it's super worth it, y'all. Like I am thrilled that my test results have come back confirming, like, it's just that yes to everything I've been doing for a couple years, that the consistency, that like it's working. After I've tried everything, I've finally found a groove and a rhythm that my body is walking in and is responding to, and I am not punishing it like I used to for so long, because it wasn't how I wanted it to be. And so I just want to give hope to women like feeling super crazy in their hormones. Like, this isn't how you have to feel. Now, I still feel hormonal and PMSing at times, but it is not even close to how I used to feel. Like, now it's more just like a good, I don't even know how to explain it. So there's my results. Everything is normal except for the two of the things that were so low, and even that is pretty much in the normal range. Like, that's amazing, y'all. Like, that's amazing. That's a miracle right there. And I don't think I sit in that enough, honestly. That a miracle's like everything that I've prayed for, other than the weight just falling off my body, that's not happened yet, but you never know. Like, everything internally that I prayed for my hormones has happened. And the Lord is so faithful. And He made us so intricately. And He knows every detail of our body. And so give that to Him. And for me, it was choosing to actively wait. Not striving, but actively waiting in the Lord and walking with Him, opposed to, I just felt like I was constantly fighting against Him because it was so much of, I was miserable. I was absolutely miserable. So, He's so good. He's so faithful. And if you need someone to just like cheer you on, I'm here, because I longed for that for so many years. So get your test. It's so worth it. I promise.